Hey there, wrestling fanatics. It's the host with the most here. It is Team Ryry. And I got a guest here, and we got a brand new podcast called Team Ryry's Wrestling Podcast, episode 78. I have a guest. Plug your social media and all that. Take it away, Ryan.
Alright, well, my name is Ryan Roach, and my Twitter is at RyanRoach93. And that's pretty much all the social media I really use.
Okay, thank you very much, Ryan. It has been a long time. Okay, first of all, what's your thoughts on Victoria? Do you think she's a future Hall of Famer for WWE? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think if the right deal is struck, she'll probably be in the Hall of Fame one day.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Do you have any favorite matches of her? In the early days of WWE, any favorite matches or any championship moments you could think of for her? Okay. Okay, now we're back. So we have little issues. Where we left off? Victoria. So you think, in your eyes, you think she's definitely a future Hall of Famer, right, Ryan?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, she's a former women's champion, so
yes.
I don't see why they wouldn't put her in.
Hey, you never know. The only reason she won't go in if she had backstage heat back in the day, or maybe she don't want to be in it. Maybe she's gonna deny it. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite match with her, or any great championship moments or memories? You know, any great moments for her, Victoria?
Well, I mean, I knew she had really good matches against Trish Stratus and Lita, and some of the top divas back then.
Yes. Now, did you know that her and her husband owns a restaurant in Chicago? Did you know that?
No, have you been?
Yes, it called Squirrel Circle, and at the time they had TNA pay-per-views, W pay-per-views. This is way before the W Network. It is awesome, awesome place.
That's cool, man.
Yes, I mean it's out of the way from where I live, but it is cool. It has a lot of merchandise, a lot of history. I don't know if it's still there or not because it's kind of away from the wrestling events like All-State Arena. It's kind of far away, but whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, another thing I want to ask you. I attended WrestleMania 33 and I saw the return of the Hardy Boys. I made a video on it. I'm not too sure if you ever see my reaction. Now, what's your thoughts of the Hardy Boys and what's your thoughts on the Woken gimmick of Matt Hardy now?
Well, I think that the Hardy Boys are definitely one of the greatest tag teams in wrestling history. I'd put them up there with Edge and Christian and the Dudley Boys for sure.
Oh yeah, yep.
Those are my top 3 favorite tag teams of all time. As far as the Woken gimmick, it's interesting.
Yes,
for sure, and it's something different.
Yes,
and it's definitely, it gives Raw a fresh taste. It gives it something different, and I know that a lot of fans were wanting him to have that gimmick, and I think a lot of fans were also happy when TNA pretty much just gave them the rights to back to that gimmick, because I think they knew they were losing a fighting battle. They were losing a fighting battle there with trying to keep the rights to the gimmick. So yeah. Now my question is do you think that when Jeff Hardy returns to WWE TV, is he going to work the Brother Nero gimmick, or do you think they're going to set him on his own?
Now,
Maybe put him on SmackDown.
Well, my thoughts, my rumors, I discussed it a while back that once he come back, that he's going to give him a solo push, or he might be with his brother. So you never know about that, They change their mind like there's no tomorrow. You know what I'm saying, Ryan?
Yeah, but I think it'd be kind of cool if he went over to SmackDown just as the Jeff Hardy character, and he had his own identity, and maybe he got into a feud with guys like Kevin Owens and AJ Styles.
And Sami Zayn, yep.
Yeah, for sure. And I love the stuff that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are doing now. I think putting them together as a heel tag team, I definitely see them. If I was WWE, I would have them win the SmackDown tag team titles at WrestleMania for sure.
Yeah, if they go in that direction, or maybe SummerSlam of this year,
Yeah, it also depends on how long they want to keep them together for as a tag team.
Yeah.
But I hope that Sammy, when they eventually split up, I hope that Sammy splits, I hope that Kevin Owens is the one that turns on him, but I hope that they turn Kevin Owens into a babyface, because he's always been a heel ever since he got in NXT, and I think seeing a face run from him would be pretty interesting.
Yeah. I just can't imagine Sami Zayn turn on KO, because, KO is a big guy, and, it doesn't really work like that, but you never know about W,
Yeah, but at the same time, they've had some pretty incredible matches together, and Sami Zayn has done more than, he's carried his weight through all those matches, and they've just been incredible.
Yeah, I'm so glad they turned Sami Zayn heel, because his face run was a total letdown on both brands, That's just my opinion, Ryan,
Yeah, and I think he just... And this is the one big problem with WWE is he was a huge deal in NXT, and he was this huge star, and he won the championship, and he got a major push. And then when he got to the main roster, they really didn't know what to do with him.
Yep.
And so he was just kind of being stuck in a rut for a while, and and then it took him a while to kind of get his to find his niche, if you know what I'm saying, and sticking him with Kevin Owens, I think, was the right move, for sure.
Yes.
And there's a lot of guys like that, guys that had very successful runs in NXT, and then they get up to the main roster, and they kind of just fall flat on their face.
Yep, or in my case, a total bust,
Yeah.
Yep.
And to me, it's the same thing with Finn Balor, And when he got the first time when he got caught up to the main roster, during the draft, they kind of just shot him straight to the moon, and then the unfortunate shoulder injury happened in the match against Seth Rollins.
Yep.
And then after that, once he came back from his injury, they really didn't know what to do with him. But now, and I think a lot of people are happy, including myself, that they finally stuck him with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
Yes.
And they made them the Balor Club.
Now, why did it took so long to get back together? I heard that I heard McMahon don't want to do that. Was that just a rumor I was hearing at the time, Ryan? He don't want to put the team back together?
I have no idea, but I definitely like the direction that they're going in, and I really hope that, because what I would like to see WWE do is I would like to see, because I think we all know we're getting Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the Universal title. I think it's set in stone, that's the main event they're going with. But what I would like to see happen is I would like to see Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows win the Raw Tag titles at SummerSlam, and then have Finn Balor win the Universal Championship. And then you just have a really big, powerful stable where they hold championship gold.
Yeah. Let me tell you something real quick. Finn Balor supposed to face Lesnar this past SummerSlam, but they changed their mind. You heard about that rumor?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And then it was apparently supposed to happen at the Royal Rumble this year, and then once again WWE got cold feet, and they changed their mind.
Now we get this stupid triple threat match. Lesnar is going to retain. He's going to retain all the way through Mania. Now, I don't know if you agree with me, Ryan. Probably not. I mean, I like Lesnar, but as a part-timer, as a champion, he had a belt since WrestleMania 33. So he's the longest champion overall, both companies, both brands, and that is stupid of WWE,
Yeah, I think it's pretty stupid. That
Yes.
They put the belt on him as a part timer.
Yep.
And also, it's 2018. Why is Kane in a major championship match?
I know. I mean, I don't mind Kane at the Rumble, but in a big story like this, come on now, WWE. Come on, this is 2018. This is not the 90s. This is not the early 2000s. Come on, WWE. This is stupid. You know why they do this? This is my opinion. Because WWE can't make new stars. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And that's why they keep calling on guys like The Undertaker for WrestleMania.
Yep.
Because they can't make new stars. And, and the big rumor is that we're finally going to be getting The Undertaker versus John Cena at WrestleMania. But as I would still like to see that match, but I think the time to have done it was, last year or even at WrestleMania 32.
Yes.
And the match kind of lost its hype factor and the mystique to it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yep.
And I also think that I don't think this is going to happen now because I think it's too late. But if you were to do a John Cena heel turn, I think the best way to have done it is if Taker, or if he would have cheated to have beaten Taker to end the streak instead of it being Lesnar.
Yeah, that still pissed me off. Now, I discussed it with you off the podcast. I know his Taker gimmick, the American, the Dead Man. What about bringing back the American Badass gimmick? That'd be kind of neat to see, a return.
Yeah, because, and I thought about this too. It's like, did Taker really retire? I mean, I know with him leaving his gloves and his hat in the ring and his coat at the end of WrestleMania 33, I think that kind of just symbolized him leaving that gimmick behind maybe, and maybe them bringing back the American Badass. Because I think that'd be really cool.
Yes, and because American Badass, look like he doesn't give a shit about rules, correct? Or am I wrong?
No, yeah, you're right. And I loved back in like 2002 and at the end of 2001 when Undertaker was the American Badass heel, and then he was the undisputed champion. But I do like him. I do hope they bring back that gimmick because, as much as the Dead Man gimmick is as iconic, I think it's really cool when he comes out on a motorcycle. I just think that's awesome.
Okay, do you know a guy named Chris Hero? Does that ring a bell from NXT? Does that ring a bell, Ryan, or no?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And Adam Cole as well.
Yeah, I think that's his name, Chris. I don't know what the other guy is, but I think the main guy in this photo, I think his name is Chris Hero. But what's your thoughts on Chris Hero? Are you a fan of? Are you glad he's in NXT?
Yeah. I mean, I think he has a promising future. As a lot of guys and gals in NXT, if the WWE books them right once they get up to the main roster. But it's like we said, there's for some reason, these guys have these major runs in NXT, and then once they get to the main roster, nobody knows what to do with them.
That's true. You know what? You know why? Because everyone who loves NXT is all independent wrestlers. So when they get to the main roster, they like big stars, and no one doesn't give a crap about these guys. You know what I'm saying? So that is WWE's fault, not our fault. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but I think the WWE needs to do a better job of building up their new stars, because pretty soon, guys like John Cena, which, I mean, if you really think about it, he's pretty much the only big star that they have is Cena.
Yes.
I don't know who else, and I know they want it to be Roman Reigns. I know that's WWE's real big plan is for it to be Roman Reigns, but to me, it's not going to help if Roman Reigns wins the Universal title at Mania. That's just going to make the fans hate him that much more. But like I said, as long as these guys, as long as they go to the main roster and they're booked right, I think anybody in NXT can be just as successful as a Roman Reigns or a John Cena or somebody like that.
Yes. Now, let me see here. Let's discuss real quick. I discussed about this already, about the 25th anniversary. You may know about this or not, that a big WWE superstar will be there, and it's Eric Bischoff. What's your thoughts on Eric Bischoff be there for the 25th anniversary of Raw coming up? What's your thoughts on that?
Wow, I didn't even know this. That's pretty cool. Eric Bischoff is definitely a big part of the Monday Night Raw, and in fact, I know a lot of people, including myself, love the Attitude Era, but my favorite era in wrestling is the Ruthless Aggression Era, and I think that Eric Bischoff was definitely a big part of that in making that happen. So that's pretty cool that they're going to be bringing him back. I think he definitely deserves to be on the show, as you know, as well as everybody else that's going to be appearing. You know, Stone Cold, DX. You know, so it's going to be a good show for sure.
Now I don't know how they're gonna do this. Are they gonna use like angles, storyline for these wrestlers, or are they just gonna appear backstage and then just have a segment backstage? We'll find out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I also heard that the 25th anniversary of Raw is supposed to be from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, and then it's also supposed to be from the Manhattan Center, which is where Raw was first filmed.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes, and they'll both be live. Now, it'd be kind of cool if USA will have no commercials, but I don't think USA will allow that to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how they're gonna like. Are they gonna have matches in both the Barclays Center and the Manhattan Center, or are they just? I don't know how they're gonna do it. But I hope WWE doesn't screw it up because I'm really looking forward to the show.
Now, I don't know if you watched, remember the 1000 episode Raw? Not that long ago? Remember that?
Oh, yeah, man, I love that episode.
Now, this is my point of view. It was okay, but they should not have a celebration for an episode. They should just have celebration for an anniversary. What do you think about that one? I think that'd be more better, you know what I'm saying? More moment.
Yeah, and also, I think that back when Raw was 2 hours and then they did this 3 hour specials.
Yes.
To me, that also made the milestone shows that made it that much more better and more. You know, it made it feel more important. Not saying that the 25th anniversary show isn't important, but if we were still at 2 hours and then this show was 3 hours, I think people would be more excited.
Yeah. Now people don't care more. Say, 3 hours. Now, you know, every time I post a thing on Facebook, people say, good luck. I guess no one doesn't like the Raw or SmackDown because they give up on it because the way... see, I've been a fan, Ryan, since the Attitude Era, and I watched the Golden Era. I was too young, but if you think about it, the Russian and Russian era was not that. I mean, the Attitude Era was not that great. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It has a great moments. It has some crappy moments. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this: since you're talking about the 25th anniversary of Raw, if you can think about it, what is your favorite moment in Raw history?
Oh my gosh! Well, when Mick Foley won the very first championship in WWE history. When the Rock helped him out, when Austin helped him out that time on Raw, remember?
Yeah, that was a great moment for sure. My favorite moment of all time is the Stone Cold Steve Austin beer bath to the corporation. I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. You know, Austin came through and he drove through the ramp and the big WWF sign got knocked down and he sprayed the corporation. And McMahon is swimming in it. You know, it was awesome. Definitely my favorite moment of all time.
Yeah. Yep.
I know there's a lot of great Monday Night Raw moments out there, but to me, that is probably my favorite one. That, and then probably when Stone Cold beat up Vince McMahon in the hospital, and then he did the bedpan over the head. That was awesome.
What was the time that Kurt Angle had a milk truck instead of beer truck? It was a milk truck. That was cool too for Kurt Angle.
Oh, yeah, dude, that was really cool.
Yep.
There's been a lot of great moments in Raw history for sure.
Do you think they're gonna do something special for SmackDown when it gets to the 25th? If it lasts that long for SmackDown?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, I know they had I know they did a real big 10th anniversary show a couple years ago, and then they made a big thing about the 15th anniversary as well for Raw.
Yep.
And I'm not sure how long SmackDown has until their 15th anniversary, but I think they'll make that show special as well.
And Plus is now live. Now, what's your thoughts on SmackDown finally go live? Are you finally happy about it, or what? SmackDown Live?
Well, yeah, because one big thing is the one big problem with SmackDown being pre-recorded was the spoilers.
Yes.
And that got annoying.
Yes.
Really, that got on my nerves. And and we live in the day and age of social media where everybody has to tell everything right now as it happened. And back in before we had all the social media, it was better being a wrestling fan because you didn't know what was going to happen because you didn't have those spoilers.
I agree. Yep.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's cool that SmackDown's live. I think it's been a long time coming. I don't see why they didn't go live from the very beginning of the show like they did with Raw. But yeah, I think it's a good thing that SmackDown's gone live for sure.
Do you think NXT will ever go live, or do you think it's always going to be taped?
No, I think that'll always be taped. The only thing we'll ever see live from NXT are the NXT Takeover specials.
Okay. Have you ever been to any live wrestling event before, like WWE before? Any big events?
Yeah, I've been to a couple Raws. I've been to a couple SmackDowns. I've been to where else? I've been to that's pretty much it. I've just been to Raws and SmackDowns, but I mean but they're still a lot of fun to go to, and also every time because NXT does local shows where I live, and every time they come to town, I go because it's like right down the street from my house.
Oh wow!
And I go to the NXT live shows, and in fact, on January the 20th, I'm going, so I'm pretty excited for that. That'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, so you never attended a pay-per-view live?
No, man, not yet. But I'm hoping to. I was really, really wanting to go to WrestleMania 33 last year, but tickets are pretty expensive, man. But hopefully one day I'll go to WrestleMania. That's definitely my big goal.
Yeah, I'm going 34 with my folks, and then hopefully it's gonna. I've never been to New Orleans before. I got family out there, so I'm gonna go visit them.
Wow, man, that's cool. I hope you have a good time.
Yeah, I should. You know what? I know I went 33. I went 33 last year. The only thing that was good about it, Universal Studios in Orlando with my dad and Disney World, but WrestleMania was okay. It could be way better. I mean, I saw the return of the Hardy Boys. The Taker match was okay. It was kind of boring. That match took forever to finish, Ryan,
Yeah, I think Shane versus AJ Styles was great. Of course, it's AJ Styles. He's probably, in my opinion, he's the best wrestler in the whole world. I don't care what anybody says. Keep your Kenny Omegas and all them guys. AJ Styles is the best wrestler in the world, hands down.
Do you think AJ is better than John Cena overall? I think he is.
Yeah, for sure. Now, if you're talking career-wise, there's no doubt about it. John Cena has had a much better career. But if we're talking from like in-ring work and in-ring style, then yeah, AJ Styles is way better than John Cena.
But I think AJ got more championships than John Cena overall.
Yeah, back to I was gonna ask you a question about the WrestleMania thing. Now, did you just get tickets to the Mania, or are you doing access and stuff like that?
Well, probably just WrestleMania. I mean, I like to do it all, but expensive, and probably I don't know what else is going to New Orleans. Probably check out the bars or whatever. I know, I gotta be careful. So I know it's I'm not. We'll see what's going on. There's a lot to see. The ROH, you got NXT. I don't want to do it just for wrestling only. I know a lot of people who's going to WrestleMania is just going to be there for wrestling only. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I heard that. I know that last year in the WrestleMania travel packages, I know that last year's Mania WrestleMania 33, I know they included Universal Studios in that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what's in New Orleans, but I hope you have a great time for sure.
Yeah,
It should be fun though.
Yeah, yeah, that still kind of pissed me off. Lesnar should never beat Taker that year. I mean, I know it was a great moment, but overall, it should have been Punk that year. You know, that, when he beat, Taker at WrestleMania 29, you know what I'm saying? Not Lesnar, you know what I'm saying? But whatever, you know?
Yeah. Well, I do think if Taker retires this year at WrestleMania, I think it'll be full circle because it'll be the building that he lost the streak in.
Yep.
And then it'll be the building that'll have his last match in.
Yep.
Now, win or lose, I think he's going to retire. I don't want them to put his career on the line. I don't want any of that to happen. If they're going with John Cena versus Undertaker, I just want Taker to wrestle his last match against John Cena, and they have the best match that they possibly can. And then the next night on Raw, Taker comes out and says, "Thank you, but I'm done. I'm retired," and he hangs it up, and that's it.
Yeah, for
that's
good.
What I want.
Yeah, for
That's
good.
what I want.
Yeah, for good this time. For good. And this time, McMahon, you know, he can, you know, watch, McMahon says, but Taker, we want you for next year. I'm done. I've been doing it for many, many years. I'm done. You got to get another Taker or something like that, you know?
Yeah, there'll never be another Undertaker.
I know that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just being a smart ass Taker. I am done. Go get Roman Reigns to headline Mania. I am so done, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And just put him in the Hall of Fame in a couple years.
Yes.
That'll be the end of it.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you.
Go ahead.
Ask you something.
Go ahead.
Since we got the Royal Rumble in a couple weeks, who's your prediction to win?
What, for the men's or women's or both?
Both. We'll go with both.
Well, for the women's, I think it'll be Asuka. And for the men's, let's see here. Arthur Rucker, I think. Oh, shoot. I say Sami Zayn just for the hell of it, you know?
Alright, well, this is hopeful thinking. I definitely agree with Asuka winning the Women's Rumble because I don't see her losing anytime soon. And I think giving her first loss in a Battle Royal would be stupid.
Yes.
Now, this is just hopeful thinking, like I said, but I don't think they're going to have Roman Reigns win. I think they're just going to set up Reigns versus Brock, and that'll be the end of that. But I want Shinsuke Nakamura to win, just so we get Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's the way you wanted it last year, but it never happened, the rumors. But that'd be a great thing, especially it's in the Dome in New Orleans, home of the Saints, and that place will go ape shit if that did happen, you know?
Yeah, but also last year, Shinsuke Nakamura was still in NXT and not on the main roster yet. But now he has but that's what I hope happens, and that's what I want to see happen.
When did he debut? When did he debut at the main roster? Was it sometime in April or is it May?
It was the SmackDown Live after WrestleMania 33.
Yeah. And I forgot to tell you, I was at Backlash when he first had his first match against Dolph. And that match was okay, but it should be a different opponent than Dolph Ziggler, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? For Sinski.
Oh, for sure. Where was Backlash? Wasn't that in Chicago?
Yes, yep.
Are you going to, isn't there another pay-per-view this year that's in Chicago?
Yep, Money Bank. I might go. I might not go. It's kind of too early right now, you know?
Oh, well, I didn't know that Money in the Bank was in Chicago this year. That'll be cool.
Yeah, and did you know that it's going to be Raw and SmackDown? Because the original idea was going to be for SmackDown, then they added Raw to it. Did you know that?
Yeah, well, that I did know, and to me, that makes it... Now, I'm wondering, which obviously they are, so they're probably going to do 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches then.
Yes.
Raw and SmackDown, so that'll be cool, man.
And I don't know if they can. I don't think they can do the women's again, or was it just a one time only last year? You know.
Say Say that one more time.
I don't know if they can do the women's again because last year was first time only, and from my point of view, they kind of rushed it. So they should not do that. So if the women's Royal Rumble was a success, just do it every year for the women's Royal Rumble every year in January. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that night having James Ellsworth win that match was freaking stupid as hell, man. That was so dumb.
I cannot stand him. He reminded me of what's that guy's name with that not Mr. Sacco, the other guy. Oh, Santino. He was like a Santino kind of guy.
Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah, he kind of was.
Yep.
But Santino was entertaining at least.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm glad I got rid of him. Hopefully he's not part of the Rumble. That'd be stupid.
Yeah, it would be. I think he's done. I think they released him of his contract, didn't they?
Yeah, his contract expires and then they want to resign him, so he's done. You know.
Oh, thank God for that.
He was a waste of talent. You know, he's garbage. You know, he's not. I know he had an okay feud with AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose, but still, he's like a joke. You know, why even hire him? You know.
Yeah, and speaking of Dean Ambrose, do you think that they're gonna have him come return as a heel, or you think he'll come back as a babyface?
Well, my guess is, I know Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins are taking belts. My guess is when Dean Ambrose come back, he's gonna get so mad at Seth Rollins, he's gonna go after Seth Rollins and go heel. Maybe they have a one-on-one match at Mania. Who knows? You know.
That would be cool. I would definitely. I mean, it's like the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn feud. That's a feud I could probably never get tired of. And Rollins and Ambrose, I think they have great chemistry together, and they have awesome matches every time they're in the ring together. So I would like to see that. Actually, that'd be really cool.
Yes, I think the rumor is that Dean Ambrose. I look at the list for Raw 25. He'll be there on Raw 25, the anniversary, but I don't know if he's be back in time for the anniversary for Raw. Dean Ambrose.
I mean, they might just have him make an appearance. I don't think he's going to do anything physical, like any wrestling, or they're probably not going to have him, you know, in an angle or a skit where he beats up somebody, because he's probably still pretty hurt from that injury.
Or maybe he's gonna have maybe he is recovered and he's gonna have like a fake cast and beat up Seth Rollins. You never know that night, you know.
So well, hell, if he recovers that quick, then he recovers quicker than Cena does from injury.
That's true. So I'm assuming is when Dean Ambrose come back, say, what the hell, Seth? I thought me and you are partners. We are, but Kurt Angle. Give me a partner, Jason Jordan. I think Jason Jordan needs to turn heel. And it's Jason Jordan, Kurt Angle, the father and son. I hate that storyline. It is awful.
Yeah, I thought that was definitely a waste of time.
Yes.
They hyped it up to be this big thing, and then it kind of just
backfired.
Yeah.
And
do you think that Kurt Angle's going to have a match at WrestleMania this year?
Well, the rumor is he's going to wrestle. He did at TLC, at the Rumble. Maybe he's going to be at the Rumble. You never know. And maybe at WrestleMania. That'd be cool. And maybe he's going to have a match with Triple H because they will have an argument at Survivor. Remember he cost him that Kurt Angle. Triple H pinned Triple H pedigree Kurt Angle at Survivor. Remember that?
Yeah. And that was probably my favorite overall. That was probably my favorite pay-per-view of the year. Was probably Survivor Series. I liked that show a lot, man. That was a good show.
So maybe they're gonna have that match, or maybe WWE decide to say, you know what, we're not gonna get Kurt Angle versus Triple H. It'll be probably a different match. They're gonna change their mind. I know they will.
Well, I would like to see it. I think it would give us flashbacks to the Attitude Era, and it would be cool to see, man. I would like to see it for sure.
Well, I really want to see if The Rock's not busy. I want The Rock versus Triple H. We've never seen a one-on-one match at Mania before. Have you noticed that before?
Yeah, I think the only time they were in the ring together at WrestleMania was at WrestleMania, what they call 2000.
Yep.
And that fatal 4-way elimination match.
Yeah, it was awful because you had all the McMahons at ringside. It was awful. Bad match. Awful.
Yeah, that was probably one of the worst and weakest manias of all time for sure.
Yeah, they don't put enough effort in it. I think last year was, in my opinion, it was sort of a weak, kind of thing.
Mania last year was good. It's just, I think that, in my opinion, the worst WWE Championship match of all time took place when they had Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. That shit was horrible, man.
Yep.
That was terrible.
Yep, I hate it. I was dozing off and boring. I mean, I love Bray Wyatt. The Hulk storyline was good, but when the match was awful. So I don't know who was boring. Was it Randy Orton or Bray Wyatt? Or maybe WWE just had no desire to make a good match out of it. I don't know.
That and then the whole stupid special effects thing where they had the cockroaches and shit.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
That was so dumb, man.
Yes. And yeah. So I mean, I like Randy Orton. Why did they win the Rumble last year? That was stupid. This is not the early 2000s. That's stupid. WWE dumb. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think that him winning the Rumble was a bad call last year.
Yes.
For sure.
It's the same thing when Triple H won that year,
Oh yeah, but I think that was kind of that was one of their Roman Reigns experiments where they wanted to make him a star and make him relevant, and once again it backfired on them.
Well, they should have AJ Styles win it in his debut, but that'd be kind of pushing it,
Yeah, I just don't know how many times they're going to try with Roman Reigns as being the top guy, and how many times it's going to fail until they realize he's not their top guy.
I don't know. Yeah, I was there when AJ Styles debuted at the Rumble. That was my very first Rumble, and it was an experience. I thought it was The Undertaker because different music and whatever, but I wish AJ Styles won it in his very first Rumble, in his Rumble debut. That would be awesome, but I don't think that ever happened before. Has it ever happened in Rumble history? Won the whole thing in the debut? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I know that pop he got was huge, man. That crowd went apeshit when he came out. That crowd went freaking nuts, man.
I hopefully AJ Styles, he says he's going to retire after 40. Hopefully he looks great shape,
No, that was a big rumor, but he came out like a couple days later after that, and he kind of squashed that rumor and said, I'm here to stay. He doesn't know where that rumor came from, and it wasn't like a credible source from him.
Okay.
So, yeah, that rumor was squashed a long time ago.
So if he sticks around, most likely he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame, no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Him going to WWE was the best career decision he could have ever made.
Yeah. Too bad he did it earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at the time he was really committed to TNA, and and them wanting to succeed. But then he went to New Japan, and he had a bunch of great matches there. And I think after that he kind of was like, I did all this great stuff in TNA. I had some awesome matches in New Japan, and I won their top title. But now it's time for me to go to, it's time to go to the land of, the WWE to see how I fare in there. And a lot of people, including myself, probably thought, well, since he was in TNA and then he was in New Japan, how are they going to treat me? How are they going to treat AJ Styles? And they made him the top guy in the company.
Yeah. Okay. The one person on this discussion, I'm gonna skip it. So sorry, my viewer. Anyway, the last topic. I heard rumors that Disney bought TNA. Is that true or is that a rumor? You heard about that one?
Wait, what?
I heard Disney bought out TNA. Is that a rumor or not a rumor?
Where did you hear this from? Because I haven't heard.
I don't know. I don't know. One of the websites. It might be a fake rumor.
I don't think that Disney would touch TNA with the 10-foot pole. To be honest with you.
Okay.
I don't think they want anything to do with it.
Okay.
But I do think somehow, some way, Disney might buy the WWE someday. Because I think Disney wants to be the ultimate entertainment company. They bought Marvel Studios. They bought the Star Wars franchise.
Yep.
They bought Fox, 20th Century Fox.
Yep.
So now, and I think they'll probably buy Paramount Studios and any other entertainment company out there until they're the major entertainment, they're the major entertainment, conglomerate. You know what I mean? They're like the only entertainment company in the world. That's what I think. Personally.
So that happens. That means WWE will be they're gonna go what, G now? If that does happen?
No, I don't think so. No, because when 20th Century Fox bought Disney, when Disney bought 20th Century Fox, one big concern from Deadpool fans was, were they going to keep Deadpool rated R? And Disney came out and said, yes, we will keep Deadpool rated R. We don't want to sacrifice the integrity of that movie.
Good.
So I think if Disney were to actually ever buy the WWE, I think they would keep it at TV PG, or they might talk them into going back up to TV 14.
Yeah. But
that's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong. You
know what?
Why?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ryan.
After Vince McMahon dies, who's to say what the rest of the McMahons want to do with the company?
Yeah. But I heard McMahon wants to sell, and why did they went to PG? Is it because of this whole Chris Benoit thing? Is that why they went to PG?
Well, I don't know. I know that back when they first switched to WWE, their big excuse was because Linda McMahon was doing a U.S. Senate run.
Yes.
Or it was something stupid like that. But I don't know how much more different the WWE would be if it was in TV 14 now. I mean, the only thing that they probably really do different is probably have blood.
Yes. And no more chair shots to the head. I mean, they could still use chair shots, but not to the head,
Yeah, but that was a great thing that they did, was eliminating the chair shots to the head.
Yes.
And they've really tightened down on their concussion protocol, keeping guys safe.
Yes.
Because chair shots to the head are, they're pretty dangerous. I mean, just ask Mick Foley.
Yeah,
remember in the I Quit match versus The Rock, where he took, like, an ungodly amount of chair shots to the head?
Yeah, fake or not fake, these guys get hurt. The only thing is not real is to determine about who's going to the championships. You know what I'm saying? That these guys get hurt, every week,
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I think the punches are, they're not really punching each other.
No, they actually, if you think about it, they make all that money. They should make it more lifelike, but they don't want to take that kind of risk,
Yeah, and I mean, maybe them switching to PG did have a little something to do.
I think they
did.
had
anything to do with the Chris Benoit thing.
Maybe.
But them tightening down their concussion protocol and eliminating the chair shots to the head and all that, that was a big part of the Chris Benoit thing, for sure.
Yep, and a lot of people are saying this is all John Cena's fault because he's the one who made it PG, but we can't blame John Cena for that, no, because McMahon changed the whole format,
No, man, John Cena comes in and he does his job just like everybody else.
Yep.
And I'm sure he has input, but I don't think he ever went to McMahon and said, "Hey, we need to make you PG or something like that." You know, a lot of people think that Cena has all this power and all this, but really he's just a wrestler doing his job just like everybody else.
Yep. And I think, in my opinion, live events is way better if you go to Raw, SmackDown, or pay-per-view because there's no time limit. No, it's not TV. They just do their match and go home. You know.
Yeah.
So. I think that wraps it up, man. This is a very long podcast, Ryan.
Yeah, it is.
So,
all right, man.
What else? Before we let go, hopefully this whole WrestleMania, the road to WrestleMania will be better than last year. The road to WrestleMania was okay, but it could be way better, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely looking forward to, obviously, the 25th anniversary of Raw, and also, the Royal Rumble should be a good show. One more thing, though, is I think it's really stupid that they're doing the WWE Championship match in a handicap match.
Yep.
Because, let's just say, what if Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn won? Who would win the championship?
Does that mean they could be like co-champion, like the Divas did back in the day? You know, like Michelle McCool and Layla. Remember that time?
Oh yeah.
That was stupid.
And they split the belts apart. That was dumb.
Yep.
Alright, man. Well, it's been fun.
Yep. And I heard she might be in the women's Royal Rumble. Michelle McCool. That's how I heard the rumor.
Oh yeah, and I also hope that they do. I hope that they make the surprise entrance for both the men's Royal and the women's. I hope they make it a lot better than they did last year.
Yeah, last year sucked.
Yeah, and also Roman Reigns being number 30 didn't help anything either.
Nope. I want some big surprise. I don't want no offense. Old time legends who can't hardly walk down the ring. You know, I don't want no Flair. You know, Flair's not a spring chicken anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and last year the WrestleMania ramp, or not WrestleMania ramp, well, that ramp was long too, but the Royal Rumble ramp was so long that they actually had to have guys ride out on like these like golf carts.
Oh yeah, yep.
You seen the pictures online and stuff?
Yep.
Like that?
So it took forever.
Yeah, and I'm glad that when Taker did his entrance, like at WrestleMania, they put him in the middle of the ramp. Remember that? And then he did the elevator effect.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't start at the top of the ramp because that WrestleMania would have lasted a lot longer than it did.
Oh yeah, yep. So you have anything to say before we sign off, Ryan?
Nah, man. I just this was fun. I look forward to doing it again.
Yep.
Hopefully we get a good, like you said, a good road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll talk to you later, man.
Yeah, all my social media accounts down below. His social media accounts down below. Have a good one, Ian. And we'll see you next edition. Goodbye, Ryan. Have a good one.
All right, see you, man.
Bye.